everyone, I am Dr. Devyani and you are watching Epistasis. So in this video, this is the second part of a previous year NEET question discussion on the chapter Plant Kingdom. So please see the video of part 1 and then come to this video. Okay, so let's get started. So number 53, which one of the following is heterosporous? Adiantum, equisetum, Rhapteris and Salvinia. So just remember the example and which type of and they are belong to which kingdom. Now then you will definitely answer this type of question. So the right option is 53C, Rhapteris. Next, in gymnosperm, the pollen chambers represent. So in gymnosperm, pollen chambers represent a cavity in the ovule in which pollen grains are stored after pollination and opening of megagametophore through which the pollen tubes approaches the egg. No, the microsporangium in which pollen grains develop. Okay, so pollen chamber means a microsporangium in which pollen grains develop, and number D is a cell in the pollen grain in which the sperms are formed. So the right option is C, 54C. Now spore dissemination in some liverworts is aided by Indusium, Calyptra, peristom teeth or elaters. So now elaters is a specific structure and they are hygroscopic and they just change their shape depending upon the moisture of the environment, and they are mainly related with spore dispersal, right? So the right answer is D. Now flagellated male gametes are present in all the three of which of the following sets. Okay, flagellated male gametes. Now Zygnema, Saprolegnia and Hydrilla. Okay, next is Fucus, Marsilia and Callioptris. Calotropis or Rixia, Rhapteris and Cycle, and Anthoceras, Funaria and Spirogyra. Okay, so for this flagellated gametes are present in mainly Rixia, Rhapteris and Cycas. So just go for the examples which are written in your NCERT book only. Okay, then and prepare all those example and their unique or important characters. So that's why you can easily answer this type of question. If you are asked to classify the various algae into distinct groups, which of the following characters you should choose? Nature of stored food material in the cell, structural organization of thallus, chemical composition of the cell wall, types of pigments present in the cell, right? So the right answer is D, types of pigments, because depending upon these important features, algae are classified into three groups: chlorophyceae, phaeophyceae and rhodophyceae. Next question is, in the prothallus of the vascular cryptogram, the antherozoids and eggs mature at different times. As a result, what happens when these antherozoids and eggs mature at different times? There is a high degree of sterility. No. One can conclude that the plant is apomictic. No, it is not right. Self-fertilization is prevented, right? Because the same in the same plant antherozoids and eggs mature at different times. So this is for mainly self-fertilization prevention. Now there is no change in success rate of fertilization, so right answer will be C. Now peat moss is used as a packing material for sending flowers and live plants to distant place because it serves as disinfectant. No. It is easily available. No. It is hygroscopic. Hygroscopic means they can retain water for a longer time, right? So they are hygroscopic and that's why they are used as a packing material of sending flowers or live plants to distant places, right? It reduces transpiration. This is also not correct. Now number 60, conifers differs from grasses. Conifers differs from grasses in the formation of endosperm before fertilization, production of seed from ovules, lack of xylem trachete, absence of pollen tubes. No, the right one is formation of endosperm before fertilization. Okay, so this conifers differs from grasses in this point. So this is the right option. In a moss, the sporophyte manufactures food for itself as well as for the gametophyte. It partially parasitic on the gametophyte, right? So it is partially parasitic. So moss is a bryophyte, and here its main plant body is haploid gametophyte, and its sporophytic generation is partially parasitic on the gametophytic stage. Now it produces gametes that give rise to gametophytes. This is also not right. So right option is B. Next question 62. Okay, just go to the back. So another option for this 61 question is arises from a spore produced from the gametophyte. So this is also wrong. Now ectofolic siphonostyli is found in. Okay, so we can answer this type of question when we finish the chapter anatomy of plants, right? So for it will be easy for you when you know what is stele or what is siphonostyli, etc. So the right option is Osminda and Equisita. I will not talk much about it, because when we complete this chapter, we can easily answer this question. Next, match items in column 1 with those in column 2. Okay. Now, first one is peritrichous flagellation. So, it is occurred in Escherichia coli. Living fossil is ginkgo. Rhizophore present in rhizophore is associated with Selaginella. Smallest flowering plant is Ulfia, and the largest perennial alga is macrocystis, right? So this is the correct match, and this option is here in option A. So the right option is A. Now 64, top shaped multinucleate male gametes and the mature shed which bears only one embryo with two cotyledons are characteristic feature of cycads, conifers, polypetalous angiosperm, gamopetalous angiosperm. So all these characters are present in cycads. Okay, so right option is A. Phenetic classification of organism is based on observable characteristic of existing organism, an ancestral lineage of existing organism, dendroderm based on DNA characteristics, or sexual characteristics. So phenetic classification, there are mainly two types of classification, phenetic and cladistic. So here in phenetic classification, observable characters of existing organism will be given much preference. So this is the right option. Now angiosperm have dominated the land flora primarily because of their power of adaptability in diverse habitat, property of producing large number of seeds. This is not correct. Nature of self-pollination. This is also not correct. Domestication by men. This is also not correct. So the right option is their power of adaptability in diverse habitat. Right. Next question is 67. Which one of the following pairs of plants are not seed producers? Okay, so they are not seed producers. So again I am telling you, just go all the example very carefully and thoroughly, and just match them with their respective kingdom, so that you can answer this type of question. So the right answer is fern and funaria, not funaria ficus. Ficus and Chlamydomonas, so not for ficus. Next is funaria and pinus. So again pinus is not a so not seed producer, it is a seed producer, right? So right option is 67A. Which one of the following is a living fossil? So cycas is a living fossils, because gymnosperms, earlier days gymnosperm holds a very large number of members in it, but today a lesser number of these gymnosperms are living. So cycas is a gymnosperm, and it is also called a living fossil, or it is a living fossil, not moss, Saccharomyces or Spirogyra. Okay, which one of the following is categorized as living fossil? Pinus, so same question, Pinus, cycas, Selaginella and Metascua. So for this, cycas shows very much characters which with those members which are not living nowadays, right? So that's why cycas is called a living fossil. Okay. Next is sexual reproduction in Spirogyra is an advanced feature because it shows different size of motile sex organ, no. Same size of motile sex organ, no. Morphologically different sex organ, no. Physiologically differentiated sex organs, right? So in case of sexual reproduction in Spirogyra, this is true. Okay, so the right option is D. Now plants reproducing by spores such as mosses and ferns are grouped under the general term cryptograms. For this is a general term cryptograms, where the plants produced by spores such as mosses and ferns are grouped together. So not bryophytes, sporodophyte or thallophytes. Next is, which one a pair of example are correctly represent the grouping Sporophyta according to one of the schemes of classifying plants. So Spermatophyta. So here another scheme of classification is there, that is a group called spermatophytes, right? So the option is Acacia sugarcane, Pinus cycas, Rhizopus trichium, triticum, and next is ginkgo and pisum. So this number 4, that is ginkgo and pisum, is grouped under the particular group called spermatophytes, right? Next is, which of the following is without exception in angiosperms? Which of the following is without exception in angiosperm? Number 1 is presence of vessels, so it can happens with gymnosperm also. Double fertilization, secondary growth, autotrophic nutrition. So double fertilization is a character which is unique to angiosperm. So this is the right answer. Which of the following plants produces seeds but not flowers? Okay, so that means naked seed. So it is gymnosperm, not maize means people, it is Pinus. Now, cycas has 2 cotyledons but not included in angiosperm because of their naked ovules. Okay, so the main features which is differ from gymnosperm to angiosperm is the presence of any protection over the ovules, that is flower in case of angiosperm, but naked ovules are seen in angiosperm. So the right answer is A. Not B seems like a monocot or succinate axis or compounded. So this is not right. Okay. Next, so this is number 1 is naked ovules. Number 76. A student observed an alga with chlorophyll A, chlorophyll B and phycoerythrin. It should belongs to Phaeophyta, Rhodophyta, Chlorophyta or Black Bacillariophyta. Good question, because phycoerythrin is mainly present in Rhodophysi, whereas A and B is also there in for other groups also. So the right option is B. In ferns, meiosis takes place at the time of spore formation, spore germination, gamete formation, antheridia or archegonia formation. So the right option is A, that is spore formation. Now plant group with largest ovule, largest tree and largest gamete is obviously gymnosperm. Okay, so all these characters are, all these type of largest ovule, trees and gametes are present in gymnosperm group, not angiosperm, bryophyta or pteridophyta. Next, the antherozoids of Funaria are multinucleated, multiciliated, monociliated, aciliated or biciliated. So it is another important character of Funaria that their antherozoids are biciliated. So it is number D. A system of classification in which a large number of traits are considered is natural system, number 2 phylogenetic system, number 3 artificial system, and number 4 synthetic system. So number 1 is natural system. Now bryophytes comprises a dominant phase of gametophyte which produces spores, small sporophyte phase, and generally parasitic on gametophyte. Sporophytic is of longer duration, dominant phase of sporophyte which is parasitic. Okay, so in case of bryophyte, the smaller sporophytic phase is there and it is generally parasitic on gametophyte. So right option is B. In which of the following would you place the plants having vascular tissue lacking seeds? Now pteridophytes, gymnosperm, algae, or bryophytes. So pteridophytes have vascular tissue but do not have seeds, right? So it is, the right option is A. Now which of the following is true about bryophytes? They are thalloid, they possess archegonia, they contain chloroplast, all of this. So all of this is true for bryophytes. They are thalloid, they possess archegonia, and they contain chloroplast, right? So the all of these option will be the correct answer. Now dichotomous branching is found in liverworts, pteridophytes, fern, and funaria. Okay, dichotomous branching is a very primitive type of branching, right? So it is present in liverworts, that is bryophytes. So right answer is A. The book Genera Plantarum was written by Angler and Prant, Bentham and Hooker, Bessie, or Hutchinson. So the right option is Bentham and Hooker. Which one of the following statement about cycas is incorrect? It is a succinate venation. Its xylem is primarily composed of xylem vessel. Its roots contain some blue-green algae. It does not have a well-organized female flower. So all these are correct except number B, that is xylem is mainly composed of xylem vessels. No, not vessels are not present in cycas, right? So this is the incorrect option and this is the right answer, B. Now 87. Largest sperm in plants world are found in banyan, cycas, thuja, or pinus. So again in cycas. Now Eulothrix can be described as a filamentous alga lacking flagellated reproductive stage, membranous alga producing zoospore, filamentous alga with flagellated reproductive stage, non-motile colonial alga lacking zoospore. So the right option is filamentous alga with flagellated reproductive stage. Now bryophytes are dependent on water because water is essential for their vegetative propagation, not vegetative propagation, right? So the sperms can easily reach up to the egg in the archegonium. So the right option is B. Archegonium has to remain filled with water for fertilization, so that is not right, and water is essential for fertilization for their homosporous nature, so this is also not right. The walking fern is so named because it propagates vegetatively by its leaf tips. Whenever its leaf tips get in touch with the soil, roots will form and it just grows. So that's why it is called walking fern. Not because it knows how to walk by itself, it is wrong. Its spores are able to walk, it is also wrong, and it is dispersed to the agency of walking animals. This is also incorrect. Now, transfusion tissue is present in the leaves of Pinus, Dipteris, Cycas, both A and C, like Pinus and Cycas. So, this is a special type of tissue which is present in the leaf of Pinus and Cycas. So, it is present in both A and C. Now, heterospory and seed habit are often exhibited by a plant possessing petiole, ligule, bract, or spathe. Okay, so the right option is ligule. So heterospory and seed habit are often exhibited by some plants which has a ligule in it, right? So this is the right option. And alga with very rich in protein is Chlorella, Nostoc, Spirogyra, Eulothrix. So it is Chlorella. Eulothrix filaments produce heterogametes, basidiospore, isogametes, and isogametes. So they produce isogametes. So right option is C. Okay, so this is all about this part 2 of this series of videos. Okay, where we are discussing about the NEET UG previous year's question for on the chapter Plant Kingdom. So this has again another part, that is part 3. So keep watching and please do subscribe to Epistasis. Thank you.